Welcome to Knowledge Treasury for a thought-provoking video presentation.
Welcome to this video wherein we will be examining the story of David and Goliath, which is in the Old Testament, the Bible, to the happenings in Bhagavad Gita. This is an interfaith study for the benefit of people who want to transcend the firm beliefs of just being rooted in only one particular tradition, but looking at the richness in all other traditions. On the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Arjuna, the warrior, suddenly freezes. In front of him stands an army that includes his teachers, grandfathers, cousins, and friends. He drops his bow, tells Krishna, the charioteer, "I can't do this. I would rather die than fight." This moment is the Indian version of David facing Goliath. Because the Philistine army is a very powerful army comprising of physically very tough soldiers, while the Israelites, the nomadic people, were no match for them. The entire Kaurava army, all Arjuna's relatives, signifies Goliath, the lower self. They represent attachment, fear, doubt, family conditioning, societal expectations, and personal trauma, and the ego that screams, "If I do this, I will lose everything I love." Just like Goliath, the forces looks absolutely unbeatable. It is made of blood ties, duty, honor, and centuries of tradition. Arjuna, who is an equivalent of David, the awakened seed, the higher self, before it remembers its powers. Arjuna is the greatest archer alive, yet he feels small, weak, and overwhelmed. That's exactly how your higher self feels right in before it wakes up, heartsick, confused, and human. Krishna, the divine voice, the inner guide, the real source of David's courage. Krishna does not hand Arjuna a bigger weapon. Instead, he gives him the Bhagavad Gita, 700 verses of pure spiritual wisdom. This is a sling and the 5 stones, which we talk about in the story of David and Goliath. Krishna awakens Arjuna's higher perception so that he could see the reality as it truly is. The Gandiva bow that Arjuna finally picks up again is equivalent to the sling which was in the hands of David all the time. He just forgot how to use it because he was hypnotized by the size of the giant. The battlefield of Kurukshetra, the human mind, and the heart of Krishna literally says, "This body is the field, Kshetra, and the one who knows the field is the soul." The real war is never outside, it is always inside. The moment Arjuna vision clears by his exposure to the cosmic form in chapter 11 of Bhagavad Gita, the Vishwaroopa, the stone hitting Goliath's forehead signifies a moment of awakening. Krishna reveals his cosmic form, thousands of mouths, eyes, suns, galaxies, creation and destruction happening all at once. In that instant, Arjuna's third eye opens. All illusion collapses. He sees that the enemy was never separate from the divine, and neither is he. The giant falls with a single sling arrow being fired, yet the battle is already won in his consciousness. Fight Arjuna after the vision is equivalent to or signifies David running forward to Goliath once he sees the truth. He doesn't feel the fear. You act with perfect clarity and zero attachment to the outcome. That fearless action from awakened consciousness is a real victory. key lines from the Gita that are literally the same teachings as David and Goliath. Let me quote. Established in yoga, which is union and alignment, perform your actions like picking up the 5 smooth stones and aiming at a perfect focus. Next quote, the unreal has no existence. The real never ceases to be. The giant is made of illusion. One clear strike of truth and it's gone. Even a little of this dharma delivers you from great fear. One well-aimed stone is enough. Bottom line, whether you read Bible or the Gita, the secret is identical. Every destiny has a giant or an entire army guarding the gate. That giant or army is always made of your own fears, conditioning and attachments. And it can only be defeated by the part of you that resembles or remembers its divine and small yet quiet voice that suddenly says, get up, pick up your bow or your sling, I am not afraid anymore. David never left Israel. He has been sitting in the chariot next to you the whole time, waiting for you to let Krishna drive. The beauty of all sacred texts is the hidden message. These mythological writings is like an onion. As we peel away a layer, another layer appears, which has got higher esoteric meaning. Read and listen more carefully to all sacred texts beyond the literal to seek the spiritual dimension which is hidden there. Thank you for watching and listening, and have a great life.
Thank you for watching, listening, and sharing.